Are you fed up of losing and gaining the same 4 pounds over and over again? You've started a new diet every second Monday for God knows how long. And despite all that time, you look and feel no different. You're not happy with what you see in the mirror. You're still wearing baggy tops to cover yourself up. And when you do see the scale start to drop, it's slower than when you were back in school trying to do your 7 times tables. But here's what most people don't tell you. Like most, you've probably been given some god-awful weight loss advice that doesn't really do much bar losing your first 4 pounds. So in this video, I'm sharing 5 fat loss hacks that actually work. How do I know this? Because I spent the last 8 years coaching men and women just like you to lose weight, feel great, and keep it off for good. Like Sean, who's 42 kilos down, and Ryan, who's down 9 stone. And if you want a head start before we get stuck in, I've put together a free 5-step fat loss guide covering the exact steps I take with my own clients to lose their first 10 to 20 pounds. Best part? It's free, and you can download it through the first link in the description below. Now this first hack is probably the easiest thing you can do that's going to have the biggest impact on your weight loss. Hack number 1, start pre-logging your calories. Now we all know how important calorie tracking is for fat loss, but chances are you're doing it all wrong. Most people either track as they go, which means if you're a little peckish throughout the day, it's easy to go off plan and end the day way too high in calories, way too low in protein, or a mixture of both. Or they track their calories at the end of the day, which is just pointless. I mean, you might as well not track your calories. You can't uneat food, and if you've gone over your calories, there's quite literally nothing you can do to salvage it. Instead, you're going to pre-log your calories every night for the next day. That way you can make sure you choose foods that hit your protein and calorie targets to a T, and all you need to figure out is when you're going to have those meals. Now, it would help if you knew how many calories and grams of protein you needed to lose weight, which is why I've left my free calorie calculator in the description below. Click the link, input your details, and I'll personally work out the exact calories and protein you need to lose weight. This next hack is something you've probably done the opposite of for the longest time. And as a result, it's the main reason why your weight isn't budging. Hack number 2, don't focus on what you're doing in the gym, focus on the other 23 hours of your day. Say you're trying to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit, right? Burn more calories than you take in. And say you're doing 3 1-hour gym sessions a week and they are the most intense sessions of your bloody life. That's only 1.8% of your week. And no matter how intense those sessions are, the calories you burn in 1.8% of your week will not make a bloody difference in terms of your weight loss. Instead, I want you to prioritize being more active outside the gym, more specifically with your steps. You see, by having a higher step count day today, you're spending a bigger chunk of your week being more active, meaning your overall calorie expenditure is way higher. And combining that with adhering to a calorie target, which you worked out with my calorie calculator, link below, that's going to lend itself to more consistent drops in weight. So how many steps should you do? More than you're doing now. Take your current daily number and add 2,000 to 3,000 steps, and just make a more conscious effort to go for walks. Maybe before work in the morning, on a lunch break, or an hour when you get home. And once that number gets a bit too easy, add 2,000 to 3,000 more until you're hitting between 10 and 15,000 steps a day. The next hack is so important because it kind of ties those two together. But first, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you like it and subscribe, because I post videos every Friday to make your weight loss a little bit less of a headache. Hack number 3, get better at managing your time. I know, sounds obvious, but hear me out. So many of you get caught up in finding the best training program or the best diet plan. But when it comes to going to the gym, prepping your meals, or hitting your steps, you just don't do it. And no matter how great your plan is, if you don't do anything, you're not going to see any change. So before you do anything, stop looking for the perfect plan and start planning your weeks ahead. Things like Google Calendars or any kind of calendar app are really helpful for this, even as an old school notebook and a pen. So every Sunday you're going to sit down and write out the following. What days and times you're going to the gym? 2 times each day where you'll go for a 10 to 30 minute walk. Plan out your meals for the next week, plan a food shop, plan when you'll pre-log your calories, and plan anything else you need to do that will lend itself to better weight loss. Jen here is a perfect example because she knew exactly what she needed to do to lose weight, but just didn't do it. Until I got her to stop focusing on finding the perfect plan and just planning her weeks in advance. And then she ended up losing 20 pounds in just 12 weeks. And if you want a free 5-step guide that covers everything I teach my clients to lose their first 10 to 20 pounds, you can download that through the first link in the description below. 3 down, 2 to go, and hack number 4 is going to make a humongous difference. Hack number 4, eat more damn protein. Cliche, yes, but cliche for a reason. Of all your 3 macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fats, protein is the most satiating, so it'll keep you fuller longer. Any client who comes to work with me, I put them on a pretty high protein diet, and what they find is totally shocking. See, I've had men and women who have struggled with their weight for years turn around to me and say that for the first time ever, they're struggling to actually reach their calorie target. Why? Because for the first time ever, they centered their meals around protein. Meals where they routinely have between 40 and 50 grams of protein in each one, which keeps them so full. So here's what to do. First, make sure you base every meal around a protein source. Second, whatever that source is, make sure you have enough to have 40 to 50 grams of protein per meal. Third, do this across 3 meals a day and notice how much fuller you're feeling and how much less inclined you are to overeat. And again, if you want to know exactly how many calories and grams of protein you need to lose weight, you can download my free calorie calculator with the second link in the description below. Now we've saved the best hack for last, but before we get into it, if you're still here, make sure you like the video. The final hack, eat more snacks. What? eat more snacks, but Dan, I'm trying to lose weight here. I know, but genuinely, this can make your weight loss so much easier. You see, cravings drive overeating more than anything else, and we tend to crave foods we restrict. In fact, I'd bet goat money that every fat loss attempt you've tried, you've attempted to cut out chocolate, crisps, ice cream, and everything you really enjoy. And then a few days later, you're having a three-way with Ben and Jerry and sexting Domino's pizza at 9 p.m. after work. So instead, here's what you're gonna do. First, if you haven't already, work out your calories with the calorie calculator down below. And then once you've done that, you're gonna allocate 20% of those calories to calorie control portions of those foods you tend to crave. Chocolate, crisps, ice cream, whatever you want. Because that way, it means you're staying within your calorie target, so you'll lose weight. But because you're eating foods you crave on a more regular basis, you don't actually end up craving them as much, making it so much easier to stick to your calories. And all of a sudden, weight loss becomes a bit less of a headache, meaning when you lose your next 5 to 10 pounds, you don't regain it straight away. And that's it, all 5 hacks. Start with number 1 tonight. Pre-log your calories tonight for tomorrow and get that ball rolling. And if you want my full weight loss system to help you lose your first 10 to 20 pounds, you can download my free 5-step weight loss guide in the description below. And if you want more regular daily fat loss advice, I'm on Instagram at coachedbydan. Go over there and drop me a follow. And while you're at it, like the video and subscribe because I post videos every single Friday to make your weight loss a little bit less of a headache. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.